card games. I f***ing love them! You see, in the universe on this planet here, someone had a brilliant idea.
So how do I make something marketable for kids, but at the same time, a bunch of sweaty nerds will waste their money on? And that's how we got card games. Oh. We might have forgotten the table.
You see, when I first got introduced to the world of TCGs, it was with Pokemon, and like any 9-year-old out there, I didn't know anything about playing the game. You see, when you're 9 years old, your brain only thinks about the coolest cards.
What do you mean your arse just is cooler than my hoopla?
Then I learned about Yu-Gi-Oh! And Yu-Gi-Oh! Was the shit. Till I accidentally had my pants washed with my cards in the pocket.
And I would have never committed that mistake again. Till, you know, a week later when it happened again.
But the thing that captivated young people in these card games were visuals, the art. So Blizzard went,
God, if I only could find that freaking remote. Where did I put it? God. Oh, there it is.
okay. Let's get this show started.
Welcome to Blizzard. Today we will be doing tribes.
Whoops, that didn't happen yet. Let's go back in time.
Hello and welcome to the Blizzard headquarters. Today in this exciting board meeting we will be discussing our new ideas for our new games. Worker 1, do you have any ideas?
Ideas? I didn't know we had to have ideas. It was free beforehand.
Alright, well clearly Worker 1 is failing us. How about Worker 2? Not much better there. Gary, do you have any creative input? No. How about Worker 4? Worker 4, are you here in spirits? Worker 4, please get back in the camera.
Okay.
Wait, I might have an idea actually. How about a card game? Oh, that's a lunch bell. We better go.
That's how we got Hearthstone.
So, what do you call a strategy?
Strategy can be when someone does the sex gambit in chess. Oh, for fuck's sake!
But it can be like anything from Risk to Monopoly. If you don't have a fucking life...
Hearthstone is a good game. And a bad game.
Sorry, did we go like from strategy to Pokemon to Hearthstone in like a minute? Oh, no? Okay, well, so Hearthstone...
When I finally learned how to play Pokemon, I tried to get people to play it. And that's where I learned that Pokemon, the card game, is not balanced. Perfect.
You did not pay me enough for this.
I don't pay you enough for anything. Here, could you could you just like stay still for a minute? This is where I first learned the term.
This is fucking rigged!
Hearthstone is a game where on turn 5, this can happen. Why have I been given so much power?
Now, Hearthstone gets like a new expansion each 4 months, which means there's like new gimmicks, new themes that come with it each time. However, this does mean that something like this can happen.
You see, working on card games, you need to tread a fine line so something doesn't become broken.
Yes, I'm looking at you, Shutterwalk!
When it comes to designing cards, you want to make something fun and not dumb. For example, here's Library. My deck is now full of random items. Chaos. Windy Passage? Oh, for fuck's... Look at the card Seek Guidance, for example. Seek Guidance has a reward known as the Purified Shard. Now, the Purified Shard destroys the enemy hero, basically ending the game. Now, this sounds really freaking good, but there's a little caveat to this, being that you have to play a lot of cards to get here. This is a very, very slow card, and by the time you've completed this quest, there's not a lot left to do, so this is a pretty good finisher card. This in turn making this quite balanced.
Now, why am I talking about balancing here?
So Hearthstone has changed quite a bit throughout the years. The beginning of Hearthstone was quite strategy based with very few random mechanics. Nowadays...
Now where did I get all these cards from? Was it that portal, or that portal?
So where did it all go wrong? Well, to answer that, first of all, the discover mechanic. See, when you first discover E621 and begin to see what E621 is, you begin to question a bit your sanity while you go even deeper into this rabbit hole. I mean, have you seen all this furry...
What the hell was I thinking?
The biggest issue that skill-based games can have today is randomness. You can see this in quite a few games like TF2 and its crit hit, Monsters and Mortals and their boss encounters.
But you see, it's a different question when it comes to card games.
You see, card games are mostly skill-based. Well, except that the skill mostly comes into play before the start of the match, I guess. But most cards just have abilities that do varied stuff that can benefit you. Generally, card games have to have stats that fit the ability. If the ability is good, a compensation is needed on stats. This should be the way cards are designed. You see, when you find a creeper in Minecraft, you generally react one way. Oh shit! Power creep is a term used for when a game decides it's time to increase the power level of something, just like how you increase the power level of your setup by having everything flash colors. You know, I think I might have gone a bit overboard on this one.
And now, time for our sponsor.
Hey kids, it's your favorite host, Gary Gobsmack, famous for promoting such commercial successes as Diablo Immortals, Bob's Game, and everything Porsche made in World War II. So tell me kids, do you like Pokemon? Do you remember that episode of Pokemon that gave a bunch of Japanese kids seizures? Well, now you can be just like them with the Porygon Mega Evolution. Dial 555 today to get it. And we've got a special sale. If you dial in the next 10 minutes, you get Vaporeon, Sylveon, a yellow belt in Palacio. Call today.
Warning, buying this product never results in seizures. Even if you may be a child, mother, or dictator, no matter who you are, this car will trigger seizures. Not a good one either. You will be begging to get your money back from us at Nintendo. Oh, we don't have a refund. The refunds are too expensive for our little company. So go on, click off now and never think to us again. Thank you.
Now, going through each expansion of Hearthstone, you can see a dramatic change in its design philosophy. The game went from very serious thematic expansion and more strategy-based expansion to a freaking high school where the meta was to explode your opponents as quickly as possible.
Bombs away!
Now, to be honest, Skullman's Academy is one of my favorite expansions because of the flavor of that expansion. But there's a moment where power creep goes a bit too far, and that's...
Now, first of all, I wasn't really a big fan of this entire, overarching story from this year. But, my god, did this expansion destroy the meta. And not in a good way.
Suddenly all types of cancer decks came into the game.
Now, why did this happen? Quest lines.
See, back in the old days, quests were introduced. Quests were simple. You had to complete something and you got a reward. Now, most of the time, these rewards were fine enough. There were only a few cards that were a problem. Look at you, caverns below.
Basically, all of the quests in Stormwind were completely broken. Only Paladin and Priest got some pretty downer ones. The rest of them were just cancer.
But they weren't meta-defining in the sense they were good. These cards were awful for the meta. Warlock just took the suicide road, where getting rid of their deck was a good thing. Hunter just went infinite with their hero power.
Don't you mention Pirate Warrior to me. God, I hate Pirate Warrior.
But these became meta-defining, not because of the value of the cards, but more because it provided you with infinite value. Warlock could empty its deck and win, Pirate just had infinite pirates, and Hunter became fucking solitaire.
I mean, I mean, you guys do know that Solitaire is like played by one person. So what is this doing in my multiplayer game?
And in my opinion, this is the #1 issue Hearthstone has, which coincidentally is also the issue of other people who play Hearthstone. Polarization. Again, this game is multiplayer, not freaking solitaire. If I wanted solitaire, I would just hang out with Homeless Clone and mock him with my cards because he can't afford shit.
Funny that we mentioned money, actually. Hearthstone has gone a bit better with like pay-to-win stuff. But if you do want to have the magic ability of like making any deck out there like a deck full of legendaries, Blizzard needs money!
I don't know why this is a continued thing. The thing is, mini sets make it so you can buy all the cards for gold. Why not have something similar for normal sets, but money instead of gold? For Christ's sake, Legends of Runeterra does this better! But I still stand by this game. I still think Hearthstone is fun, and recently the game has focused a lot on making fun cards, especially when it comes to legendaries. The game is experimenting quite a bit. I think tradable was a great mechanic. A bit unutilized, but still a great mechanic. And a new location card type coming up is looking great. I can't wait to see what this game is going to do. And I hope this video gave some insight into Hearthstone and my relationship to it.
And now, after all of that, I'm gonna play some solitaire darts.
Hello, my name is Sir Colin Edinburgh, and today on The Wild World, we're going to look at how species play with themselves. This one is not very good at it.
Sir, could you like get out? You've been here like for like 5 weeks straight. Where have you been all this time?
I've been under that blanket.
Yeah. Oh, so that's what that blanket was used for. Well, that's. So you better get out of here, okay? Right?
I think you're young.
No, that's oh.
My name is Sir Colin Edinburgh, and this has been The Wild World. Next week, we'll be looking at the Showerhead. Thank you for joining me.